welcome back to another episode of the iTunes Fanboy Podcast. I am your host, the iTunes Fanboy, and my co-host, Tabby Pears, is absent today, but I also have a guest who is Nick from DeviceCollector71. Yeah, and in case you hear a weird noise on his end, I am sorry about that. That is just something weird going on. And so, without for how do you feel to be on the podcast?
I don't know. I'm pretty glad. I heard I was going to be on it a few months ago, and I'm glad that finally on it now. It's cool.
Yeah. All right. So I've got a bit of a personal conflict that with my second YouTube channel.
Whoa. What?
I have a bit of a conflict with my second YouTube channel. I'm trying to decide whether I should keep uploading to it or not.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. What do you do on that channel?
I just do usually nature-related videos and animal videos.
Well, do you get, decent views on it? Do you think it's enough people see it to where it's worth it to continue?
Well, I usually get an average... I don't get a lot of views except on some of my YouTube shorts that I do on that channel. Like one of Snow, one viral, and one that I did of one of my cats, Sugar, getting pet in his sleep and waking up. Those shorts went viral, but otherwise, not a lot of my second channel videos have gone viral.
Well, I don't know. If the shorts get more views, maybe you just upload shorts on it. If you don't want to completely get rid of it, just upload the shorts since they seem to do better.
Yeah, but the same... Yeah, well, shorts do better. I still have a bit of a problem. I'm not that expertise in shorts, and even so, I don't really enjoy making YouTube videos for my second channel like I do with my main channel.
Then yeah, I guess it just all depends, what you want to do. If you don't really like doing that stuff, then I would just say, don't do it if you don't like it,
Yeah, just like how you didn't really like doing YouTube, so you decided to take a break.
Yeah, I just haven't had time lately.
Yeah.
With work and everything, I just haven't had the motivation.
Yeah,
I can upload for a while. Plus, most of my videos they still get decent views, even when I don't upload. So, people are still watching them, just not the same as.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can understand. And besides, this podcast will help others know that hey, you're still around.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Still kicking.
Again, it isn't as bad as my 2.5 year YouTube break but between 2016 and late 2018.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I do have more stuff I could do videos on. I just haven't had the time to really, actually do it.
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
Because I can understand, because I find it hard to get motivated to do YouTube. I can sometimes find it hard to even just think of content that I can make.
Yeah, that people like, watch a whole bunch. Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I know people watch my YouTube videos about Windows 7. I know that.
Yeah.
So I know that's something that I'm successful at, but at the same time, my channel is mainly not about Windows.
Yeah, you're more of like an Apple channel, which is sort of, it's how I am too.
Yeah, even though somebody decided to switch to Android.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought I needed to change. I still like Apple stuff. I just wanted to start trying Android because this thing was a really good deal.
Yeah, do you actually... I'm just curious. didn't you use Android before you switched to iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can kind of understand why you wanted to switch because you've been an Android user most of your
Yeah.
life. And
I mean, I'll probably end up switching back at some point. Just for this, maybe I'll use this for a year or two and see how I like it. And if I don't, I'll just switch back.
yeah, because I mean, it is a lot better. Because I mean, having a flagship phone from 2019 is a lot better than the flagship phone from 2017.
Yeah, this thing's better than my 8 in the camera department for sure, and the battery department. That's all I really care about. And it's got a way bigger screen, which is nice.
Yeah, again, I'm not one of those people who requires to have a big screen in their phone because I use an iPad as my primary device.
Yeah.
But I still do miss having smaller phones because back when I was making my iPhone 5S between August 2019 and March 2020 and my 5C between April and August 2019, I would put those in my pocket literally everywhere I went just because it was so easy and I could easily not know it was there. In fact, there was one time when I went to one of my friend's birthday parties back in November 2019 and there and I remember actually and I funny enough remembered being able to keep my iPhone in my pocket the whole time, and it was one of those big party places.
Hmm.
So I did pull it out to prank one of my friends, also named Nick, funny enough, who also does not like iPhones at all, or he doesn't like iPhones at all.
Yeah, I still like iPhones. I just wanted to try something new for this, this next year.
Yeah.
I liked my 8. The only issue I had with my 8 is even with a new battery, the battery life was kind of dookie.
Yeah.
The Samsung phone I had before I got an iPhone was a Galaxy J7, which is basically they're like, how they have all those like spin-off, like the J series. They have the S series, which is like their flagship, and then the J series and the A series, which are like cheaper versions.
Yeah, I think Samsung offers too many phones.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I wish they were more simple, But yeah, that thing, a big screen, a big battery,
Yeah.
and that's what made me want to switch. I got a 6S after that. I used that from January 2019 to March 2020, and then I got my 7, and then about basically a year later, I got my 8, and then a year after that, I got this Android.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that makes sense. And speaking of Samsung, they are to launch a Samsung Galaxy F13, which is one of their phones, in India on June 22nd.
And S13. Huh. I thought they didn't even make like an S11 or 12. Or did they do that in India? They made those, like the S21s, renamed different.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know what they did in India. I would assume that they would do the same thing, considering that Samsung's headquartered in South Korea, so I'm assuming that since India and South Korea are in the same continent, that they would keep the numbering the same.
Yeah, just like easier.
But I don't know. But again, I do think Samsung did make a pretty stupid decision with jumping from Note 10 to Note 20 and S10 to S20.
Yeah, I thought that was a little weird. I'm glad that the S10 I got is basically the best of all the new. Like it has, nice old features, and it also has new features.
Yeah, because I mean,
like expandable storage and a headphone jack. And I think the S20 didn't have that. Any of those things.
Yeah, I can't believe. Samsung has now on the downfall for good because Samsung, as we all know it, has made fun of Apple and then copied Apple.
Yeah, like removing the charger from the box and the headphone jack stuff and
The
all
notch.
that stuff. Really, yeah.
I still can't. I wonder how much those actors in that Notch commercial had to get paid to wear those hairstyles.
Yeah, I don't know. Those were pretty pretty interesting looking, I'll say, to say the least.
They did not look great.
No, I don't think they'd be winning any awards for best haircut with them. They're not very good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because commercial actors do already get decent pay as is, and so I don't. And so I would imagine that those actors have to get paid a lot to wear the worst hair in the world.
Yeah, yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Apple's like a trendsetter when it comes to that stuff. You know, like Apple will do something and then everybody else will copy that. It's just kind of what they do, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It used to be that everybody used to copy Samsung, but now that's kind of changed.
Yeah, it's all on Apple, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, there are some things I think that Samsung did better, well, sort of, before, like, iPhone, Samsungs have mainly used OLED screens, like for all of them, basically. And Apple used LCD
yeah.
up until I think the
iPhone
10.
10,
But even some of the ones, I think like the 10R and
the
the
11.
11, yeah, they put LCD.
Yeah, I do like OLED
They finally made
screens.
the switch. Yeah, they're nice. Plus, they're a little bit like less. The battery life is a little bit better with an OLED screen because the blacks, pixels are actually off. The battery's not powering them or anything. So
Yeah, I do find. Yeah, yeah, I do think that OLEDs. I'm glad. Yeah, I do like the having an OLED screen on my iPhone 11 Pro Max compared to my previous iPhone 8 Plus.
yeah,
Because
they're they're better than LCDs in my opinion. Other than the burn-in, is like really the only disadvantage with them if you
but
leave a screen on for too long.
yeah, again, LCDs can do burn-in too, but OLEDs are more prone to it.
Yeah,
So that's why I always tell my parents to. That's why I always make sure that my parents' phones are locked, so that way they don't have run into burn-in issues.
yeah.
And that's
My
also
mom's got an 11 Pro Max, and I make sure it's like that too.
yeah, and I also make sure that my Apple Watch doesn't have the always on display turned on because first of all, my Apple Watch has terrible Series 5, which is my main Apple Watch. That has terrible battery life as is. Say nothing about with it on. And secondly, it's so that way I don't get burn-in because I don't change my Apple Watch faces often.
Yeah, neither do I. Well, I don't use my watch anymore, but when I used my Series 3, it was real slow. The battery life was actually, it got me through the day, but I couldn't use it more than one day at a time or it would die. So,
Yeah,
but it was alright.
what watch do you use now?
I don't use a watch at the moment,
Hmm.
but I might end up, I don't know, if I end up sticking with Android, which I doubt I will, but I don't know. I might get one of those Samsung Gear watches.
Yeah.
Or I might just use my Apple Watch, as a standalone watch.
Yeah.
Because I still have an iPhone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I can understand. I can sort of understand that because what am I trying to say? Yeah, you're similar to my dad. My dad has tried all sorts of different watches and he's never stuck to any of them.
Yeah. I got my watch December 2019. I used it for quite a bit.
What?
Uh, my watch I got in December 2019 for Christmas, my Series 3. That thing, it was a good watch for when I had it, but it definitely got slower over time. Yeah, when I got it, WatchOS 6 was still new. Pretty new.
Yeah, my Apple. Yeah. Again, I couldn't use I tried many different watches before, but I never stuck to a watch until my Apple Watch because because my wrists are very sensitive to stuff, so until I got my Apple Watch, it was really hard to use a watch because now I have an Apple Watch and it has enough smart features to make it now feel like that I'm naked without my watch.
Oh yeah, that's how I am when the summer. Well, no, the summer after I got my watch, I started working, and in my work we set up. You know those huge tents you see, like that people will set up. Like they have the big center poles.
Oh yeah, they're already
Tents.
setting those up in my city for Independence Day.
Yeah, like fireworks tents. We set up those kinds of tents, but like they're just white ones. Like you can get them for weddings or whatever. But we do most of our work outside. And from wearing my watch, I left a tan line on my wrist. And since I stopped wearing it recently, I actually got a lot of sun a few days ago, and I got sunburned just on that tan line on my wrist. The rest of my skin was fine.
Yeah, if you can tell, you can tell on my, you can easily tell on, yeah, if you're watching the video version, you can tell that my wrist has definitely gotten that.
Yeah.
I plan on upgrading to the Apple Watch Series 8 that when it comes out for better battery life.
Yeah, I mean, what you have now can't be much worse than my Series 3.
Oh, yeah. Again, the Series 3 is probably pretty. Actually, our Apple Watches probably have the same battery life because my mom got this Series 5 back in Christmas of 2019, and she used it until Christmas of 2020 because it had such worse battery life than our Series 3. And then Christmas of 2020 when she got her Series 6, she gave me her old Series 5. But
I guess she used the crap out of it.
No, it had bad battery life from the start, but my mom has definitely used the crap out of her Series 6 because her Series 6's battery life is starting to get worse than her Series 5's ever did.
Huh. Yeah, and I'm sure the Series 6 has I'm guessing it has a slightly bigger battery.
Yeah.
Or at least some battery saving stuff in software that it does.
Yeah.
I'm usually a few years behind in terms of Apple stuff. I'll get it a few years after. My 8, I got it about a year ago.
Yeah, I can understand you on that because I've only had the latest Apple product 4 times now.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think I've had the latest Apple product ever.
Because
the newest.
Back in 2012, Christmas of 2012, actually, I got my iPad Mini 1, which was the first time I had the latest and greatest Apple product. Or it wasn't the greatest, but it was the latest. The second time was back in March 2015 when I got my iPod Touch 5th generation, as it was the latest for a few months.
Yeah, too bad what they did to those A5 chip devices.
Yep.
With the iOS 9.
Yep. Yeah, I used an iPod Touch 5 as my phone-like device because at the time my other phones I didn't really have any good ones, better ones than that. So I used my iPod Touch 5 as the main phone thing for between March of 2015 and all the way up to April of 2019. And I still carried it around. Yeah.
It's a long time.
What?
That's a long time.
And even so, until August of 2019, I still use it as a secondary device because my iPhone 5C, which I upgraded to, whilst it was faster, only had 8 gigabytes of storage, and my iPod Touch 5 had 32. However,
Yeah,
by August of
the
20,
bad one might be with
yeah. However, by August of 2019, I had gotten a 16 gigabyte iPhone 5S, which had enough storage I needed to take all the to take photos until I got my 8 Plus in March of 2020.
Yeah, I got my 6S was a 64 gig, my 7 was a 128, and then my old iPhone 8 was a 64, and then this Samsung I got is a 128. And then I did use when my 7 had that no service issue, I used my iPhone SE first generation because I don't think I had a 6S, but I think the battery life was actually worse than my SE, so I just used my SE, and it had 32 gigabytes of storage, which I lived on. It was all right.
Yeah, I was able to live on 32 gigabyte iPad 7th generation until last month when I got my iPad Air 5.
Oh yeah, I had a 6th gen iPad that had 32 gigs of storage. I sold that recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't use it that much, so I just decided to, get rid of it, get some money back.
Yeah, my mom doesn't use her iPad too much either, which is kind of sad because it's a 2020 iPad Pro. I'm sorry, what did you say?
It's a real nice one.
Yeah, however, I guess I kind of did my mom a favor when I took her iPad 1 back in 2011
Yeah.
and kept it as my main device until I got my mini one.
Yeah, those things were a little underpowered.
Yeah,
But not too bad, I guess.
yeah, sadly, I still kind of wish I had my original iPad 1 because it kickstarted my whole channel and interest in Apple products, and it would even spark be the start of it all to my tech company slash empire, which I hope to found when I grow up. I'm just curious, what do you plan on doing when you grow up?
I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna go to college for something like IT in the IT field. I'll probably just do something like that. I make good money in IT stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I got for now.
Yeah. What do you what do you think of the Tesla phone?
The Tesla made a phone. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, but all I know is that Tesla made a phone.
Huh. Well, then I cannot come. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah, I'd have to look at it.
Yeah, because I don't exactly understand it either.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It's a bit and let me Google it up actually. Tesla phone. Yeah, I'm trying to look up at even the specs. It'll have satellite internet, solar charging, vehicle control, astrophotography, crypto mining, Neuralink support, supposedly. Hmm. Oh, that's gonna be a pretty big competition to the iPhone 14, which will also bring satellite connectivity.
Yeah, with all of those features.
Yeah. Yeah, so when I've been watching YouTube lately, I've been seeing some Google and specifically Chrome ads.
Oh, so they're like they've got this weird background music.
Yeah,
So
like
like
this.
Chrome's just
Yeah, like for example, there's one advertisement that says second guessing your Espanol. Just open Lens. Just go to the Google app for iPhone. Open Lens, scan it, and it'll translate it. Though I think you can do that in iOS too, with default stuff.
yeah. I think, well, I know you can copy text from a photo, and I don't know if you can translate.
Well,
Or
I'm
maybe
sure
you can.
you could probably copy text from a photo on your in Spanish and then translate to English.
I'm not sure.
And there's another one ad that is even fun. And there are some even more funny Google Chrome ads that I just laugh. Chrome is there's this one ad that says Chrome is faster, more secure, and easy to use. Chrome is not more secure than Safari, which is clearly who they're trying to rival.
Yeah, I don't even know who else they'd be trying to rival because those two browsers are basically the bigger ones. I feel like, Firefox is decently big, but I don't feel like as many people use them.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's even. What? I'm sorry, what did I just say? I had trouble hearing you.
Oh, I've had to switch to Chrome since being on my Android, and I still like Safari. Like it's on the phone, it's like and
Yeah. It's too sad Safari won't come back to Windows and potentially come to Android for the first time.
yeah, right. Safari hasn't been in Windows since like 2011. I think
2012.
2012. Yeah, they put like I think they put like one version, maybe one or two versions of it out, and they were just like, I'm.
They actually put out quite a. Yeah, Yeah, Safari. Yeah. That was.
They didn't even put out that much. They were just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
If you want Safari, you have to buy a Mac.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. I'm a bit surprised that Apple didn't restrict iTunes to Mac only once the iPod grew enough in sales. When they were like for a year or so, okay, we'll allow you to use your iPod with Windows. No, you have to buy a Mac now.
Yeah.
Like that would have actually driven up Mac sales a lot.
Yeah, but it's some backlash.
Yeah.
I feel like because people would be like, I don't want to buy a Mac. They get backlash from that probably. So that's probably why they did it. They didn't switch it back.
Yeah, they probably didn't switch it because a lot of people would probably try to sideload music.
Yeah, just a lot of people would get mad.
Yeah, because I mean, enough people got mad when Apple removed the headphone jack.
Yeah, imagine what they would have done if they would have taken iTunes off of Windows.
They probably would have rioted at then Infinite Loop.
Probably would have started one of those, held up signs and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, considering I'm doing a strike when I go back to in-person school this summer, later in August for homework. Simply, I imagine that people will probably want to do. I imagine people will probably would try to do it if they took iTunes off of Windows. They'd be like, no, 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 you're making us buy overpriced, expensive Macs.
Yeah.
Even though Macs are really not overpriced, too many people think Apple products are overpriced.
I feel like the Intel Macs they made were a little overpriced for what they were, but the M1, like the M series Macs now, those are actually worth it.
Yeah.
Like, those are actually a good deal. The Intel Macs, I feel like maybe were a little bit, overpriced, but yeah, the M series ones I feel like now are actually a decent deal.
Yeah. I think the only issue with the main reason why Intel Macs were a lot more expensive was because Apple refused to let Intel put their stupid stickers on their Mac.
Yeah, on it, like the Intel chime.
Yep. You have to. The reason why the sticker exists is to get a discount.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I thought that's just something they did.
Nope. Otherwise, getting a computer with an i3 would cost $1,000.
I think that's what they had in like the Intel MacBook Airs, like even the newer style one that they made, I think 2019 or 2018. I think that had an i3 standard. It was like the one after the aluminum one. It has the current same design as the M1 MacBook Air or M2 MacBook Air. Or no, not current anymore because they redesigned it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. The ones that look like the M1 MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Intel ones of those shipped with an i3 standard, I think.
That's pretty funny. But getting back to our main point, there's the latest Google Chrome ad has stated that where you can surf without getting fished, there's no place like Chrome. And I remember thinking, you can do that on Safari, Firefox, even Edge. And of course, we all know how bad Google is with data.
Yeah, they're not the greatest.
Yeah, like I can't. At my old elementary school, they had these cheap, rebranded Chinese Chromebooks that Lenovo made that couldn't have been more than $150. They were decently fast, so maybe 200 or 300, but not more than. But my school district paid $400 a piece for them.
Yeah, my school, the Chromebooks we have, they're Dell Chromebooks. They got them for I think $200, $250.
Yeah.
But they had like 8 gigabytes of storage,
4
gigabytes of RAM, and then like
how many gigabytes of RAM?
I think 4. That was like the best thing, like the best spec of that computer was the RAM. Cause it was not great. Yeah, they were dull. I mean, they were pretty fast. They weren't bad. Just the storage was really small and just other things.
Again, Chromebooks are cloud-based, so they don't need a lot of storage.
Yeah, but I'm in high school, so we have to store a bunch of stuff on our Chromebooks. Like all the storage, and you run out of space pretty quick.
Do you run out of space for what?
I run out of space pretty quick. Images I have on my Chromebook and just documents.
Yeah. And what's even funnier is that the teachers at my school were given cheap this was even for my middle school, they were given cheap $200 cheap Lenovo laptops, and they didn't even work properly.
Well, school's way cheap and I am educated.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Your microphone. I couldn't hear you.
One sec. 1 second.
That's okay.
Schools will be cheap in any way they can.
Yeah, because, I mean, get this. My school district, especially in my state even, is so bad when it comes to adopting modern technology. Like, in middle school, and I think high school too, each kid isn't given their own Chromebook or anything. You still have to use textbooks like an old man back when he was in school.
Yeah, my school, we use our Chromebooks mostly for everything now, but some things we still use our textbooks for, but mostly we use our Chromebooks.
Yeah, like, there's no textbook. Like, you have to use textbooks, which is why I'm not excited to go back to in-person school, because what if I need to haul them home?
Don't they let you bring them home?
I would imagine there would be some times for, like, homework and such that you would need to. If you didn't get it all done in class, because they do, at least they let you get all your homework done in class.
Yeah. I know my school, certain classes, you get a textbook. You can bring it wherever you want. But some other classes you have to, it stays in the classroom. But, in my school you can ask the teacher and they'll usually let you bring it home if you need to finish something.
Even when I was in first grade, there were some times when you actually had to bring your textbook home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was so bad. Yeah, my school. Oh, and this is kind of unrelated, but my county apparently has to approve what chairs are okay for students to sit in.
Huh.
Yes, my teacher once brought in a basic wooden chair that you could tell was very sturdy, and yet she said that students couldn't sit in it because it was not county approved, and yet the county approved chairs were made of plastic and metal.
That's how our chairs are.
Schools will do anything to cheap out.
Yeah, it is what it is.
And I'm not even going to get into how many countless times I've had to make get a Mac jokes in class whenever the teacher's PC went wrong.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing which happens all the time. Windows, I've had countless problems with Windows computers.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Sometimes they're alright, but, other times they'll have issues.
Yeah, yeah, and of course, I don't exactly like to make... And of course, there was actually one kid in class whose family had been through a lot, and he actually got offended by my get a Mac joke. Because he didn't like it when I talked about expensive things. Even though they're actually cheaper than those cheap $200 laptops that schools buy, because, I mean, they at least work for longer.
Yeah.
Versus getting 1 million of those $200 laptops. And what's even worse is that, first of all, when doing complex math in middle school and high school, when it's a lot faster to use a calculator, you aren't allowed to use a calculator.
You mean for, like, tests?
Well, no, I do mean, like, on tests, but even just on, like, regular work.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they let me do it in my online school program that I was with for the past school year, but not when I was in my school district's program. And what's even funnier is that all calculators used by students have to be county approved too.
Yeah, that's how it is for our major tests. Any calculator you use has to be approved by like the test people to
Yeah,
make sure that like you can't cheat or anything.
which sucks because which sucks because I can't use my calculator on my Apple Watch, which is a far more convenient device, and yet compared to these basic calculators, and yet they claim that we can't use them. They're just being plain mean.
Yeah.
My school really needs to learn that they can't cheap out on technology anymore. Because even my old elementary school, they still had iPad Air 1s, iPad 4s, iPad 3s, iPad 2s.
Yeah.
And so, at least in my high school, in the high school that I'm going to, there are iMacs in the library.
Yeah, on my school, we don't have any Apple products other than the iMacs in the computer lab, which were at, I think, like late 2015, 21.5-inch iMacs. You know, those ones that all the schools will buy.
Yeah, I really wish that. Oh, and my computer lab in my middle school and in elementary school, they used stupid Dell computers instead of iMacs.
Yeah.
And those had problems too. And worst of all is that it's not okay for people to be using Windows because it's just a really bad operating system, and yet people fail to realize that there are better options out there.
Hmm.
But people think that Apple products are too overpriced and that Macs are too expensive. But in reality, you're just paying more to get a computer that actually works. And if
Yeah.
not, then you can go to a Genius Bar.
My MacBook Pro actually got for a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
My mid 2015, it's a top spec. Everything is top spec except for the storage. But I got like the dual graphics and the quad core i7. But I got it for $500, which is I bought it like later last year, but most of them were selling for like $200 more than that. I got mine for a pretty good deal on eBay. It was a bid, it was an auction, so that's how I got it. It's so cheap.
Yeah, I was.
But if you're ever looking for stuff like that, you always look at auctions. Because, you might be able to get a good deal if you come in, you find one late that no one's bid on.
I hate doing auctions because I would just rather be able to buy it now.
If it's a good enough deal, I try to, I watch it and then I just keep an eye on it and see what happens with it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because maybe someday I'll be able to sell my school on getting Macs, but now sure probably for my whole county alone, it'll probably cost between 40 and 70 million for the whole country, for my whole county even. I think it would probably cost somewhere between 40 and 70 million dollars to get Macs for in all the schools.
Yeah.
But I think that's money actually worth it.
Yeah, that stuff you can use for a pretty long time.
And I know
kids have like a set date; they don't get updates anymore.
Yeah. Again, I do think that Apple is definitely rushing to kill all Intel Macs.
Yeah, they killed off my computer.
And they're going to kill off mine next year. And in 2024, they're going to kill off mine.
Yeah, they're going to... Well, they're going to find patchers, people are going to make patchers to get around it, which I'm definitely going to use whenever it comes out. Put Ventura on my computer.
In 2024, they probably won't be able to make patchers for Intel Macs because all the Macs will be Apple Silicon.
Yeah.
And if they're all Apple Silicon, then
They
oopsie.
probably won't include like the drivers and stuff, and you'll have to. Someone might find a way around it, but I really doubt it.
Because, I mean, no one has found a way to get anything above macOS Snow Leopard Beta on a PowerPC Mac.
Well, yeah, but that's also like different because PowerPC chips were 32-bit, I think. They weren't, the Intel chips were. That's because like they killed off the 32-bit support pretty early on the newer Mac OSs. I don't know. They might be able to get Intel chips on the M1 only version. I'd be surprised.
Yeah. So, speaking of tech companies killing things off, I'm sure you know about how 3 days ago Internet Explorer was killed.
Yeah, that was a long time coming.
Alright, and people have made jokes about how it was the death of the #1 Chrome and Firefox installer until Edge came along.
And then Edge was the #1 Chrome and Firefox installer.
Yeah, because Microsoft. Oh, except now Microsoft is back at it again with winning an antitrust with literally using updates to uninstall other browsers and make sure that people use Edge. Kind of like how they did with the back before the antitrust lawsuit with IE. Yep, Microsoft is back at it again, making sure you use their browser.
Yeah, no, they're surprised.
And offering gimmicky.
Done that kind of stuff.
And they're using gimmicky features such as save money when you shop online on Edge. And yet I'm like, you don't save speed, because I did personally do a speed test back in 2020 between Safari, Edge, Chrome, and Firefox. Safari was actually first, Firefox was second, Chrome was third, and Edge was fourth. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Safari is a pretty good browser.
Yeah. I use it for most of my stuff except for uploading my YouTube videos and my podcast.
Yeah.
Because it's faster.
I feel like Safari doesn't get like the respect it deserves. A lot of people give it crap.
Yeah.
I like it.
The flowers outside my window are getting pollinated by a bumblebee. But getting back to my main point is that there is an official Internet Explorer gravestone in South Korea.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There's a real gravestone for Internet Explorer. The iPod didn't get a gravestone, but Internet Explorer did.
Huh. Yeah. No comment on that. It's just weird.
Yeah. But I forgot to mention my other tech accomplishments lately on my previous episode of my podcast that I recorded yesterday.
What were they?
So, first of all, these are probably going to be the least exciting of them all, but I go into my big cabinet here where I store all my stuff. I went to my local used tech market and picked up a Galaxy Note 3 and a Galaxy Note 4.
Oh yeah, I got a Note 3. My dad's old phone.
Yeah.
I like those. They're cool.
The Note 3, both phones are Verizon, both are 32 gigs. The Note 4 came with a cheap Chinese expanding battery, so I ordered a replacement. And the Note 3 works fine.
Yeah, you know what I want to get at some point is a Note 7. Just to have one.
They're really
That'd be pretty cool.
expensive.
Yeah, if I want for a good deal, I'm definitely gonna get it.
But they explode though.
It's totally worth it.
And I'm getting all sorts of notifications on my Note 3. Okay. Stop it, Twitter. I know about all these notifications. Where is about phone on this? Oh.
Can you get a black plastic MacBook?
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that soon. Yep, Yep, it runs Android 5.0, as you can tell. And something I find pretty... What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah. And funny enough is that the Note 3 and Note 4 styluses are interchangeable.
Oh.
Like you can use a Note 4 stylus with a Note 3 and vice versa.
Huh.
And what does my Note 3 want? Okay, I now have to clear out the million notifications that have appeared on this thing. I've got to shut down my Note 3. I also like how the Note 3 has a cool leather back to it. That gives it like a book feel. And I do like how the Note 4 comes with a built-in heart sensor. That's something I wish even iPhones still had. Or they never had.
Yeah, but you know the Apple Watch can do that.
Yeah, but not everybody has an Apple Watch, but they do have an iPhone, so...
Yeah.
But now, for the most exciting new device of them all, those notes I got used Tech Market for $45 for the Note 4, $350 for the Note 4. But I also have this black book right here, which is awesome.
Yeah. Did you get that for your deal?
Yeah, it was $55. It was $70 including taxes and shipping.
So that MacBook was $70.
Yeah, and it works fine.
You lucked out.
It works fine. It runs macOS Lion, and it came with a replacement battery and has clearly been repaired. But wait until you see what software is on it.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get one of those for a while now. I don't know. I'll need to end up buying one. Since I'm working and more money, I might end up buying one.
Yeah, the only thing is that black book. If you're thinking about getting a black book, you should probably get them now, because I saw one of those.
They're gonna get more expensive.
I saw one of these black books that goes for $275.
Wow. Yeah, that's pricey.
And as you can tell right here, it comes with Microsoft Office 2011. And a loud fan and overheating.
You know what's interesting is that you could you might be able to get patches. If you wanted to, you would patch it to a newer version. If those patchers supported it, but it probably wouldn't run very good.
I wonder what was the highest macOS I could patch this thing. Because the late 2000s.
You might be able to get Catalina on it. Because there was one YouTuber I watched, Snazzy Labs. What year is that MacBook?
2006.
6? Ooh, then it's probably the 32-bit. Is it an Intel Core Duo or Core 2 Duo?
Core 2. Let me check. Yep, a Core 2 Duo.
Then you might be able to get Catalina on it.
Well, it has
but
two.
Don't take my word for it.
Yeah, I don't think I can patch a 2006 MacBook that high.
Maybe High Sierra.
I'm gonna actually.
You'd have the patcher for that. And Sierra.
I'm going to actually look up what's the highest version you can patch a 2006 MacBook to. I'm gonna look that up right now. 2006 black MacBook patcher. I'm trying to find. Alright, I'm finding a red thread that I can see. A1181. I'm typing in the model number. Somebody was able to get on a 2007 black book.
What'd you say?
Somebody was able to get Catalina running on a 2007 MacBook.
Yeah, that might be the cutoff. You need a 07 or newer.
However, I've decided. I know I couldn't do it on. I know I can't do Catalina on this thing because even if I try, I would first of all have to upgrade the RAM to do so. But even so, because it has such nice software on it, I probably won't bother to.
Well, yeah, and plus, if you wanted to save the software, you could probably copy the full app onto like a USB. That's what I did before.
Yeah, because I mean, it has Office 2011, Microsoft Remote Desktop software. Yeah, like, my black book was, my parents were actually shocked when I got a black book because they didn't even know those were in existence.
Yeah, I think they only made that for like 06 and 07.
08.
And then they quit.
They made them in 08 too, but that was it. If I had an 08 black book, I could definitely patch that to Catalina.
Heck, I'm more interested in the aluminum MacBooks. Those are even more rare. That was a 1 year only thing.
I'm gonna look on eBay now just to see how much they go for, just out of curiosity. Oh, I saw late 2008 MacBook. Oh, whoa.
They're expensive, aren't they?
I found one for a decent deal.
How much?
Including shipping, it is 57 plus 23, 27 equals 84.
That's not bad.
No, it's a MacBook. They were lying. It's a MacBook Pro, not an actual MacBook. There is a real MacBook for $115 that comes with its original disc. Oh, it's an actual MacBook.
I just looked it up. Is it the late 2008, but it's a mid 2012?
Or it looks like a mid 2012, but oh wow. I can even bid in the starting bid is $20.
Hmm.
Huh. I'll have to see. I'll have to save that computer. I'll have to look into that computer later because that's a pretty. I'm kind of running out of storage, so I might not do it, but that is a pretty good deal.
Hmm. Well, I unfortunately have to get going.
I actually
But
have.
it was,
Uh,
huh?
is it okay if I ask you how you got interested in tech and YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine, sure.
Yeah, because that's how I do. Because that's the last thing I ask all my guests. So, how did you get interested in technology and specifically Apple?
Well, I guess you could say maybe about 10 or so years ago. I don't remember what generation iPod Touch it was, but I did get an iPod Touch. And then that got me interested in it. And then a few years later, I started messing around with my mother's iPod Touch 5th Gen. And that's actually what like really got me into it because it was running iOS 9, but it was still pretty new at the time. And I was like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. So I just, I started getting more interested, like watching videos on that stuff. And yeah, as in YouTube, I don't know, I saw other people doing it and I just thought it looked cool and I thought I would give it a try. And then it took me a few years, but I think I'm up to like 300 subscribers now,
Yeah,
which I didn't
I've
think I would
officially
ever get
beat.
that far.
You should probably upload again because I've officially beaten you now.
What are you at?
Over four. Let me check my channel again, but I know it's over 400. I know it's over 400. 412.
Yeah, I'm at 336. So you're slightly ahead of me by 100 people.
Yeah. Oh well,
But
so
yeah, I'm sure I'll come back at some point.
yeah.
But as of right now, I don't know. I've been thinking about making a video lately. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah. Alright, so do you want to roll the outro now?
Yeah, sure. It was nice to be on here. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, as always, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the iTunes Fanboy Podcast. Please check out our social media down in the description. As always, I am the iTunes Fanboy. And you are.
And I'm Nick.
And as always, we are saying goodbye, and please stay tuned next week when Aaron from the Yellow Penguin will be appearing. Bye.
Bye.